going on, everybody? This is The Last Dance with the SBHL Hot and Cold podcast, baby. This is probably going to be our last one. I have not figured out the details yet. I just will be absent for the next 2 weeks. So once this whole series is done, I won't be here to actually talk about it. But we can run it down with the insane playoffs we've had so far and the wonderful amount of support this season and you guys just playing your asses off. We have, in a crazy turn of events, going from the number one seed to out of the playoffs, we have Boston and Nashville. Oh my God. Oh, jeez. I mean, this is just absolutely fucking insane. Calgary gets routed. New Jersey gets routed. For a team that started off the season hot, I think they had won their first 10 in a row, and then finished off with the best record in the league this season. Same with a team like Seattle, who also had a really good record at the beginning. Boston has prevailed. Boston has taken it to Seattle. Little belt to ass action. A lot of belt. Boston's been giving belt to ass this whole fucking playoffs. Oof, yikes. Led by OG Chiefs, that team is playing. They are balling. But they rout Seattle 4-1. New Jersey takes down Vegas 4-0. Nashville takes down the Rangers in a 4-2 series, which was our closest series in the entirety of the playoffs, a 4-2. And then Calgary rout Toronto in a 4-0. So the two top teams from their respective divisions, I believe, unless Calgary was second. Either way, Calgary, Nashville, New Jersey, and there was a lot of teams in that mix-up that were up there. But New Jersey and Calgary end up wiping the floor with Toronto and Vegas. Boston takes care of Seattle too easy. And then Nashville struggles a little bit out the gate. But considering the fact they're in the Stanley Cup Finals now, I don't think it mattered. Round 2, Boston, New Jersey. Boston having to go through Seattle, now having to go through Jersey, who was probably, if I had to give you the odds, were the favorites. Like, there had to be, they had to be the favorites. There was really nobody else there, and I like how Boston has prevailed and taken that 4-1. And then Nashville takes down Calgary 4-1 as well. Teskey and the Flames have had a great season, and we're absolutely playing their asses off all season as well. But yeah, that's a good one. So far through the statistics, and we'll talk about it now. Points leader Lindholm for Boston is your points leader. Second with points, Reeps. Third is going to be Joe K with Nashville. Brock from Calgary, and then Brandon from Boston. You got 3 Boston players in that top category. I remember talking about Brandon a couple pods ago, or maybe last pod. Dude's been playing. Dude's been putting up statistics. Boston's putting up stats. Boston's putting up a lot of fucking points. Leading in goals, Reeps has 13 for Boston. Calgary, Brock has 12 for Calgary. Brandon, 11 for Boston, 10 for Calgary Big Gav with 10 for Calgary. And then Jake the Sniak, Nashville has 9. Assist-wise, Lindholm, no pucks for Calgary. The defensemen, both defensemen, Twilight's in there as well, absolutely playing his ass off. Joe K, and then Big Gav, and your goalie leader. 2 Boston goalies are on that list. I'm not going to include, I guess, Runrin's dog. 2 goals against average. Super big super kid in there. 2.5 fantasy. Nice. Save percentage. Oh, you got some players. And then your leader, big old Michi. 5 wins. Rask, 5 wins. Super big kid has 3. King Wall has 3. And fantasy has 3. A lot of returning people. A lot of the same guys we see. A lot of the same guys. Going into this game starts tonight. I'm not mistaken. Starts tonight. 2 games. Boston, Nashville, head-to-head. The 2 yellow teams. This is so crazy. I'm really excited. This is like the craziest turn of events because this is not who I think any of the league expected to be in the finals and specifically competing for a championship. But here we are. Let's take a look at our boys here tonight. I don't know. I can't see starting lineups yet, but yeah. So starting lineups aren't going to be in there, so we don't know exactly. But make sure to tune to the stream tonight. This will be crazy. This will be interesting. So I'm going to go to. Where can I find? Can I just click on your name and your logo? I cannot. Okay, hold on. I know. More. Your team stats. And okay, here we are. Boston with their lineup. I'm going to kind of go down and guess. I assume, right? Lindholm, Reeves, Brandon, Twilight, Oscar, or McCarr. Probably all going to play there. OG, Big Ol' Michi, probably going to be in net for that team. It's going to be a good one. Right now, leading the team in points is Lindholm, followed by Reeves, Brandon, Twilight, Oscar, McCarr, Ovi, Glizzy, Riley, OG Chiefs at the bottom has played one game. But this is for all the playoffs. And honestly, this is it. Your boy Reeps there has a plus 14. He's playing really fucking well. A lot of these guys are playing really well and playing really smart too. And honestly, if I'm going lineup per lineup, Lindholm, Reeves, Brandon, Twilight, I would assume Oscar because he has played the most, and then Big Ol' Michi or Fantasy too. Both those guys are doing really well. Big Ol' Michi with a 7.95 save percentage, a 5-1 record. Fantasy has a 2.50 goals against average, a 7.62, and a 3-1 record. So both goalies with one loss each. Not bad. But they're playing. And I honestly really like this lineup, and I really like this team. Should I would have played there? Fuck. But they are absolutely going to be a team to be scared about. Especially considering that these two teams are powerhouses in the league. We knew that from the beginning. We knew that these teams were going to be good. But we did not realize that they were going to meet each other in the finals. Going on and moving on to the brain work. Nashville Predators. Okay. Jake the Snick, Odev 2, Ledvinka, JJ Masters. Those are probably your big five that are going to play tonight. If it's not those five, maybe Heatley sneaks in there. He's had a great season, great regular season. Same with, Murph. Same with Ledvinka. Ledvinka's had a great season. And we do have our all NHL teams decided. So I do see some names in there that are going to be on this all NHL lineup. And congratulations to those guys when they hear about it. I'm really thinking about releasing that today. And then getting out whatever. We won't even. I have my ideas, my thoughts. We'll get something going. But I didn't get to check the goaltender. My bad. Hold on. I probably know who it is, but yeah, King Walls or Rask. Oh, Rask is having a hell of a good fucking season. Yeah, I would assume Rask is going to be in net here. He's 5-2. Wall is 3-0. Rask has 7 games played with an 80.804, so like an 80, almost 81 save percentage. He's 5-2. Yeah, Rask is probably going to get the start. He's had a hell of a season. And not only just that, like there's other guys in here. Sir McPhister's had a great season. Obviously, I already spoke about Murph Heatley. Gino's actually been playing really, really well. He does have a -2. Odev has a 0. So, like, you're right. The plus minus ain't all there, but they could have been, one of the later games or that first game that's like a loss and just bullshit, whatever. But yeah, but moving on, like if I had to give you, my personal choice on who I think is going to win this, am I allowed to? I feel like I'm not allowed to because I had my predictions and they went to shit. I think I picked Calgary or Nashville. I can't. It was one of those two teams. Like I was there, I was on, but I didn't necessarily. I wasn't completely correct. So I'm gonna give you my finals predictions. I think we are gonna go into. I think it's gonna be. It's gonna be a fucking battle. It's gonna be a battle. And I think it's gonna be a slip up, but realistically, if I look at the roster side by side and I really truly think about it, it's probably gonna come down to the goaltending. Um because both teams have great forwards, both teams have great defense and play smart, and both teams have really good. Is it though? I think it's going to come down to the goalie, like the goalie position, and Rask has been playing in the playoffs really well, putting up an 80 save percentage. But the 795 from King Wool, I think, also, or not King Wool, OG Meaches. Oh, I have to choose. I don't want to choose. I really don't want to choose. I'm gonna go Boston. No, yeah, I'm gonna go Boston. I think Boston wins it in 6. That is my personal prediction. I think they split tonight. I think Nashville takes game 1, Boston takes game 2. Right? They have to come back and be like, oh, watch out. I think tomorrow, Tuesday, or yeah, tomorrow Tuesday. I think Boston takes game 3, and then Nashville re-rallies and takes 4. And I think Boston. I think Boston takes 5 and 6 on Wednesday. Like there's not if there's one team that's going to win 2 in a row, they both can. They both have the firepower and the depth and the positional and the players to do so. But in my professional opinion, I do believe that Boston is going to take this series. And if I'm wrong, I'm not predicting next season for NHL 26. I'm not doing it. I'm not even gonna speak about who I think is going to win. Um, other than that, moving on from the finals, yet this is the biggest thing. Moving into NHL 26, a lot of stuff going on, a lot of moving parts, a brand new game. I have my opinions on it. I can't wait to see what they update and fix, right? Because I do think some of the game play is a little rough. Feels a little weird. Obviously, new child, everybody's got to get used to it. And again, continue to play with each other and pause. Continue to play with each other. Pause again, and start working in and seeing who you want for your lineups and stuff like that. Because right, this next season, this game is completely different. Somebody could be an absolute stud this year in 25, and then 26 fall off the face of the earth. Um, we do have the all NHL teams done. If you pause and saw your name, there you go. But we do have them done. Myself and Gotta Be Dre completed them the other day, this over the weekend, and we really, really took a lot of consideration in who we put in there. There was only one major change we had to make later, and that was because an individual got banned, and we had to slot in somebody else, and it was mostly the runner-up. And when we looked at these, right, we didn't only look at your numbers, your plus minus, your points, your assists. We also looked at how effective you are for your team specifically, because I feel like there were a lot of teams that had, I think there were some teams that had really good players just on bad rosters in general, or just had really good players that were putting up points, like a how can I like a guy like Trevor Zegras and Trevor Zegras on Anaheim. That's a big one, right? He had really bad supporting cast, and then he ended up doing really well. Right, there's names on here from almost every team. We tried to obviously open it up and look at individual statistics, not only team statistics. When I talk about that, I mean just like plus minus, right? If you're like minus 30, but you put up 100 points this season, hey, you're a damn good player. And this isn't going to take over from the All-Star game. This is kind of just something I wanted to throw together tonight or this weekend. And this is something that goes into next season, right? Where if your name is on this list, you should probably be a top pick in the upcoming draft. Right, this is going to help us have new owners that are struggling and don't understand and just look at the statistics from the website, or just kind of play with some guys and not everybody. This kind of gives them a blind reference, like, hey, these were the best of each position for NHL all SBHL/NHL team 1, 2, and 3. So your guys' names will be in there differently, and I am going to release that shortly here. If you guys wanted, I don't know if this will be like an official thing that we're going to do year after year, but this is something that we're testing right now, and I've gotten permission to test. Other than that, I mean, Boston, Nashville, Boston, Nashville, and I will be gone. I will be very, very gone these next couple weeks. I do have some big stuff coming up in my personal life. So there will be no pods in between probably 25 and 26. If I do get anything out there, it'll just be talking about what new teams are coming in, new owners, what their discords are, stuff like that. Like I'm gonna come out with little 5-minute episodes on the YouTube, probably just some fun stuff like that. To follow up on everything, this was a great season. We had our ups and downs. Again, new owners just not understanding how we work as a league, and some struggles there. Sadly, we have to ban some people and re-up others. But other than that, I mean, it was fantastic, right? And the podcast was great. I loved everybody that I had on here, and I plan to do more with more people. I didn't want to give in to some of it towards the end here because it was just kind of seeming like we were going off the route I was looking for as a podcast. But be ready for more people upcoming, and especially for NHL 26 and that turnaround. It's the finals, baby. It is the finals. These next 3 days will decide who wins the last season, season 12, the last season of NHL 25 in the SBHL. This is a big, big deal. God, I can't wait. This is going to be fun. Make sure you guys tune into the stream tonight to see who is going to win that. And then also, we are trying to get an API for next year. There is a PayPal I think you guys can donate to. A little bit goes a long way, right? We're not asking you to donate, your paycheck or anything. Just a little bit goes a long way. Dollar here, dollar there. Doesn't matter how much. If you don't want to, you don't have to. We're just asking out of the kindness of our hearts. Other than that, guys, I really have nothing else. And I know this was a little bit on the down low. It's been a really long day, but I know this was a little bit on the down low, not something super, super crazy, but this is exciting. I remember I said Boston in 6.